Dun 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 dun. Name the song.
Push it.
I mean, that's correct, but you can't say
real
that word.
hard. What? I do know this song. I know this one.
The song is called Push It. It's called Push It. It could be called Push It. I think it's just Push It. Okay. Welcome to Roxtalks, the podcast that helps network marketers grow their business on social media. And why are we talking about 1980 songs? Salt and Peppa, by the way, is two things. I'm not even going to quiz you on that. Because today is the day that we collectively, on this day, today, whenever you're listening, we are banning something major from our lives. We are banning the word push. And you're probably wondering what this has to do with social media, but you're going to find out in a moment. We'll be right back. Wait a moment. Before we're right back, you never said your name.
I'm Taryn Soa, your social media sidekick and neighborhood MILF.
Oh, we're off the rails today. So if you continue to listen, we really appreciate it. We will be right back. So Taryn.
So Roxanne.
You said you weren't going to say that, by the way, but whatever.
I changed my mind. You know, I'm a fly by the seat of my pants girl now. I'm embracing it.
Wow. I'm very impressed. Welcome to the club.
Absorbing your energy and I'm using it.
You go with that. You go with that. Well, what I was going to say, it's very projection, maybe projector of you, perhaps. But what I was going to say is I'm really excited about the summit that's coming up.
I am so excited. We literally are interviewing people right now. We're pulling it all together. We're seeing like all the beautiful pieces come together. It's so exciting. And we're completely doing it a little different than we did the last 2 years. So
yeah, this is a third annual. And how are we doing it differently? Tell us more.
So we're really focused on what we're delivering in this summit. And it's for the kind of beginners to social media for their business, not beginners to network marketing. I mean, you can be a beginner as well there, but it's just for people who are really ready to dive into Instagram and want a strategy. Like, I feel like a lot of times people do not give that away in free events, and we're giving out the sauce.
We are. And we should mention Facebook as well, too. In fact, I just met with and did the interview with Melissa Konecki about all things Facebook. And I know Facebook has been giving people some headaches lately. So we kind of broke that down on how to work your Facebook page versus Facebook profile to feed what you're working on, which is growing your business. So that and more is going to be in the summit. It's coming up on March 1st this year, 2022. But you can actually go right now and get registered. All you need to do is go to socialnetworkmarketersummit.com, socialnetworkmarketersummit.com, get your free ticket and invite anyone who's saying, okay, I'm going to delve into this social media thing for my network marketing, or I am new and I want to delve into it all. If you're new to Facebook, if you're new to Instagram, and everything in between, we'd love to see you there. It's going to be epic because that is what we do in 2022.
Yes, epically fantastic.
There you go. All right. So push. We were a little silly at the beginning. So thank you for still listening. Silly is who we are, though, or at least who I am. And I guess I'm now rubbing off on Taryn. But I want to unpack this banning of the word push. Okay. Like we're burning the word push in the streets, at the stake, all the things. We were actually sitting down, Taryn, you and I, we were having our strategic planning meeting part 2 for 2022. Mm-hmm. And you kept using this word.
Yeah.
The word
push.
Over and over again.
What are we pushing? What are we, and I didn't realize the negativity that came with that word. It felt heavy, like we're pushing this offer. And, of course that's not what I was trying to convey, but I'm like, oh my gosh, is that what it's coming off as? I'm pushing this and making it feel forceful and spammy. And that doesn't feel good. Like that's not how we are as a brand. We're very, inviting and relaxed. And like, we do show the fun side. We don't push,
Exactly. And you kept saying it. And finally, I was like, Taryn, stop saying push. Like, I do believe words are very powerful things. I've always said it. And I think as we talk about words that are our word for the year, which of course yours is allow and mine is epic, as in epically fantastic. I have to give it context.
Yes.
Just like we bring in words in and invite words into our year, we should probably allow words to leave. And we've done a podcast in the past that talks about words like can't or should or shouldn't or have to, or, those words are like, those negative words. But I never put push in there until lately the word push has been bothering me, because when you think about pushing something, it takes effort. It's hard. And I'm not saying that network marketing is not hard. That's not what I'm saying. It is hard and it is work. But why would we ever want to push our product on someone? Why would we ever want to push joining us in business on someone? That makes it seem like we have to convince them of something that we already know we love and we want to do. Why should we push to get, let me push to get my social media posted. Let me push to get followers. Let me push to get more views on my reels. Let me push. Let's stop pushing. And I was actually, I think because you and I went through this, okay, we're banning push last month, as in January, as in the last month, I mean, when I was meeting with the pro members, which by the way was awesome, because it was new pro members and OG pro members.
We had combined them?
Yeah. Well, the ones who've already started joining, because, we're recording this in January. And I said, you know what, since you joined early, why don't you come to our laser coaching call for the OGs, just so you can get a feel for what's going to, just a little bonus. I just was a little surprised I did for them. And they came, they were there, like, all right. And they participated, which is awesome. But I just was like, we have to get word. Push came up, and I was hearing that word. I'm like, y'all, we have to just eliminate the push, because push feels very hard. And I think that when we say something, we give off that energy as well too.
I agree.
Don't you think?
I totally agree.
If we go into something like, oh, I've got to push to do this, all of a sudden it's like the negativity is already there. And I feel like people can feel that. So if you're saying, I'm going to push to sell a couple more of these things, or I'm going to push, let's like eliminate that, because already you're making me feel like you're forcing me to do something that I might not want to do, but maybe because I like you or whatever. All right, I'll do this. And it's not a transaction that meets me at my highest level, and you're not at your highest level either, which means it's not going to be a great experience.
So how could you reframe that?
Oh, she's asking the questions now, the sidekick MILF. Okay, so this is what
I'm married. I just need to say that.
Well, yeah. You're probably like, why are we talking about MILF? It's just, she had said something before and I'm like, oh, you should say that as who you are. And she's like, I'm going to. And then she said, Darren's like, I would never. And then all of a sudden she said it.
Full surprises over
here. You're delighting and surprising. I would rephrase it like this. You're going to love this, Taryn. Okay. In fact, before I tell you, hold the phone. I want to give another example. When some people, now granted, some people love to go to a TJ Maxx or a Marshalls or a Ross or a Home Goods, or even a Nordstrom Rack, which Scott told me one day that he's like, Nordstrom Rack is just like the others. I'm like, really? But they love to dig and find. And they're like, oh, I dug and found it. I'm so excited, right? And when they find that thing that they love, like that you're like, how did you find that designer such and such for like $5? They feel really, really good about that. And whenever they wear it and they get a compliment, they're like, oh my gosh. And it just really, like, the energy, because they found it, there's a special energy around it, and they just feel good about themselves. There are other people that go to a Ross or Marshalls or Home Goods or Nordstrom Rack or TJ Maxx, and they just can't even, like, they're in there and they're like, everything just seems to them because it's not organized. It almost feels, I hate to use the word dirty, but it feels dirty to them because it's just not aesthetically, they're not simpatico with it.
Yeah.
And so they could find something that is the exact same quality there, or go to like a Nordstrom and see it at Nordstrom, same thing, and feel like that thing is at Nordstrom is better just because of the ambiance and the energy around it.
And like the ease of it.
Right. So it's like,
Okay.
did you have to like, and so I think pushing is the same type of thing, right? If we're like, you got to buy this, buy my thing, spammy Tammy, buy. And she's like, fine, I'll buy it if she'll just stop asking me.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make, even if the thing they bought was amazing and it made their life better, they still remember that you were pushing them to do it.
Right. So maybe you got the first sale, but that second sale isn't naturally coming because they
Exactly.
bought to get you off their back.
Exactly. And frankly, they might go somewhere else and buy it. And
Mhm.
I've had, I mean, I remember when I was doing network marketing, people come to me and go, I don't want to buy it from who I bought it from first because she was so naggy and she was so this. I want to buy it from somebody else. That happens all the time.
Mhm.
So either they can look past the transaction and try and appreciate it, or they can't even appreciate it because the transaction was so icky.
Yeah.
So this is, you asked me a question. You asked me, what is the alternative? How would I reframe it? If
Mhm.
you are sitting there going, all right, I have a goal. My goal is to increase my volume this month, or my paycheck volume by 1,000 or 500, my paycheck by a few $100s. If your goal is, I want to rank advance and I want to hit this rank, or I want to get this vehicle or whatever it may be. And you're like, I've got to push. No, you're not going to push. You're going to allow it to happen.
Yep. I like
You
that.
like that. That's your word, right?
Yeah. I was wondering if that's where you were going to go with it. Cause I see how you're allowing that to come through and it puts the choice back on us, or like as a network marketer, you have the choice to be successful or not. It is a choice. And by allowing sales to come in, like you are open and receptive to that success. And it's just a completely different way of thinking about it.
It totally is. And that hit me last night. I said that to them. I said, you're going to allow these things to happen. You guys have these big goals and that's fantastic, but you don't have to push for them. You're going to allow, because when we change that, we see things differently.
Mm-hmm.
If we're like, oh my gosh, I got to push to find someone, then we actually, and I mean this, if you're like, I need to push to make some more sales, you're going to ignore the people who are right here going, I'm looking for you. And instead only see the ones that you have to push. You're going to fixate on those 4 people you reached out to who keep ghosting you, keep on sending them more messages because you feel like you have to push your way through it, as opposed to the people that are like sitting there going, I'm just looking for a solution to this. Yeah. I'm going to look around. I guess I'm going to go on Instagram in the middle of the night and like find it. If you decide that you're going to focus on the people who are looking for a solution, for your solution to the problem, then those are the people you're going to be inviting in. Mm-hmm. And when you think about that, even on social media, when you post and you don't post out of, I have to post, I'm pushing myself to post, I got to post X amount of times a week or do this after I am pushing to do a reel. Stop that nonsense. Allow, when you create a post, allow yourself to create it, and then allow yourself to post it knowing that you are allowing people to find you, people who need to hear your message. And they're like, that is what I was looking for.
Mm-hmm. I love that. That feels better than the push, because push feels like a should. And that's also a word I eliminated last year.
Yes.
Don't should me. Like there's no more should in my vocabulary. And I almost replaced it with push because I'm like, oh, I'm like holding on tight. And now I'm like, oh yeah, no, you don't push for anything. You allow it to come in. And yeah, period. That's it. That's the end of the story there.
It is a lot more freeing. Now, if you're a control freak, that's okay. There are a lot of, I'm probably a control freak. Taryn, you say you are for sure.
Oh, yes. Ask my husband. Mm-hmm.
It's going to feel odd, but you actually are in control by allowing things to happen.
Right. Exactly. You're not giving up control. I think control freak here saying like a lot of times why I don't allow is because in a way I think I'm then controlling what's coming in and I'm not. But then like allowing it to come through is more so controlling my outcome. You see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying. And I think along those lines, when we set goals, like, okay, I'm going to post 3 times a week on Instagram. And you think, okay, I'm going to do that because that's going to garnish me 5 sales. And I'm going to do 3 reels. I'm just giving examples, right? When we do that and we okay, I need 5 new sales. So to get my 5 new sales, I'm going to post 3 reels. What that does is we're really controlling everything, right? I got to do 3 reels to get 5 sales. Whereas if we're like, I'm going to post regularly on social media. And that's going to be my strategy, and see how, and organically work with it. Those 5 sales can come from, we don't have to script out everything, is where I'm going with this, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to script out all of the things. You can allow for margin, not of error, but like margin of miracles, like the good stuff. But if you like that,
I do. And I see like the importance of why we are scripting out, like, I'm going to post 3 times a week. I'm going to do all these reels, because that gives your brain like an action plan. That's where you're getting where you take action from. But don't let that just be living in your brain of that's how the only way you're going to get customers. That is an avenue. And that's pushing you to make action and take action. But
said push, by the way, but keep going.
See how it just slips in, you guys? Like it just came. And now I lost my train of thought.
You were saying, I'm sorry. You said it. I'm going to change your words. It allows you to take action.
It allows you to take action. And
I'm
gone.
That's my fault.
Not gone.
That's my fault. And I think for those who are listening, going, how does this affect my social media? I want you to realize that your attitude affects everything. And when it comes to social media, that is, we're giving a little of ourselves. We're showing a bit of ourselves, maybe a lot for some of you, out, and you're putting it out there into the world. And so when you think about even the act of posting, the act of creating a reel, the act of doing a story, the act of doing a live, all of that is seriously based on your attitude towards it. If you don't push to do it, but instead allow yourself to do it, it will come together in a beautiful way.
Yeah, I agree. Because when I used to go live, it felt like a have to, and I was literally pushing myself to do it because my mindset was like, well, I've got to do it. I've got to get this done. This is how I'm going to see results. And then I would show up kind of with this nervous energy. Whereas if I was just like allowing myself to show up live and kind of just have these natural conversations and show myself, there was a very different perception. And I actually had someone message me and they could see the difference.
That's huge.
Like, wow, like you're getting so much better at lives. And I'm like, I'm not getting better at them. I'm allowing them to happen and not forcing it. So that's like the improvement was literally just a mindset change.
That's huge. That is huge and a great example. I love that. So the moral of the story today is that word push. Let's eliminate that. And social media, network marketing. Network marketing is always more about you and your personal development than it is about your business. I'll say that again. We learn more about ourselves and who we are, and anything that you thought you had figured out that you really didn't comes up, and that a mirror just goes right there in front of your face. It's a lesson to be learned, but I think that's a good thing. And I say that to say, start with your business and start changing the way that you do business in just eliminating that word and that feel of push. Do that. And then I think you're going to start realizing how the word push and the idea of push is in other aspects of your life. And my hope is that it will trickle into other aspects where you'll eliminate the process, the thought of having to push someone to do something or push an outcome to happen. And instead you'll allow things, and you'll invite things in by allowing them to come in.
And you'll feel better. So win-win.
Absolutely.
I have homework for our listeners.
Yes.
Homework. Okay. So there is a social media post on our Instagram or Facebook, wherever you choose to hang out, that comes out with every episode. And I want to know what you are allowing in your business.
Oh, I like that. So good.
So we're gonna reframe it right now. Take the action, go type it out. If you want to keep it private, journal it out. That's fine too. But let's all see what we're allowing into our businesses and our life.
I love that. Go to Roxtalks to find it. That's such a good piece of homework. So you're taking action, not just listening, but now we want you to actually start the process of allowing and stop pushing.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. We'll be right back with Behind the Scenes. Hey, Taryn. Okay. So I know we talked about it already, but I'm going to say it again. The summit is coming up.
Yes.
The summit is coming. The summit is coming. And it is really going to be fantastic. One of the things I think that people are going to enjoy about it this year is the panels.
That's what I was just thinking. I forgot to mention that's what's different is we're bringing in this like live piece, not just the fact that we are live, but it's real people talking about how they're using social media to grow their business. It's not, we're experts in the space and we can talk and walk the talk and whatnot, but still, I think sometimes people are like, well, what about me? Well, we'll show you.
Oh, we'll show you. It's going to be great. There are going to be 2 live panels. And one of the reasons we did it live is just because there's that live element that's fantastic, but also because social media is changing all the time. And so we want to, and so is network marketing. And so these panels are really going to be about what's going on in social media and network marketing right now.
Mm-hmm.
For more information, the sign up, it is free. It's going to be a fantastic way for you to jumpstart and figure out exactly the blueprint on how to create a social media platform on Instagram and on Facebook that will build out the funnel that we talk about here on the podcast, so you can see how to grow your business and how social media fits into that. We're going to be giving you a little behind the scenes of what I teach. You're going to have access to it, and it's going to be fantastic. So just go to socialnetworkmarketersummit.com. I know that's long. Socialnetworkmarketersummit.com.
I feel like we should make a commercial, the like get connected for free. You know that one?
I don't know that one.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe it's a Michigan thing.
Maybe. My sister and I sing it to each other all the time. It's like a really old commercial, but sometimes it still pops up, and it's like that educationconnection.com. And there's a little song. Like, I feel like we could do that for the summit.
I think we should, or like 1-888-2500 Empire. That's an old
one.
Yeah.
Those get stuck in my head all the time. Like, I am perfect for marketers because I absorb that and then I like sing it and annoy the crap out of my husband. But I'm like, it worked, because then when I like go to think about something, I'm like, what about Empire?
588-3200 Empire. Oh wait, do I have that?
Oh my gosh, it just keeps going.
I know. I'm like, why didn't it stop? I pressed the right button. I'm very excited for myself. So what's going on in your life? It's the 27th of January when we're recording this.
So, wow. Yesterday I was having a day, and Roxanne got to witness me finding out that my mailbox got hit off the pole.
Unbelievable.
I am so annoyed. I can literally see it sitting on my coffee table over there. Like, someone like straight up demolished it. I don't know how they hit it. Like, there's so much snow. They would have had to like be aiming for it. I don't know what happened. So if anyone who knows me is listening to this and it was you, what?
I thought it was your neighbor.
Well, that's what my thought is, that it was my neighbor's plow guy, because I saw him plowing the night before it happened, and he like stopped and he was like hanging in the road. And I thought that was really weird, but we also have a plow guy. So our like snow mound is in front of the mailbox. So I couldn't see what was going on.
I mean,
and yesterday I went to go like look at the tracks to decipher like what direction it was coming. There were no tracks to the mailbox.
That's probably what he was doing, was cleaning up his tracks when you saw him stop. I don't know. I don't want to accuse anyone of anything, but something smells rotten in the city of Denmark. That's all.
I know. Well, and my neighbor has one of those Ring.
Oh, so she knows who did it.
That faces to my driveway. So I'm like, do I say something? She's so sweet. I think she's a little bit younger than me, single mom. But like,
I think you ask her.
I don't like care about like paying for it. It's like, just let me know or leave a note. Like, we knocked your mailbox off.
I think you should ask her. Because if she's younger than you, she's like a millennial, then she probably needs some like just to know, hey, like to be neighborly.
Yeah.
Ask her. So at least if she doesn't know, she'll watch the ring and she might not tell, but she's like, oh, we did that.
Yeah.
I think.
And so then I can go and knock hers down. I'm just kidding.
Taryn.
Just kidding. But I sent out an SOS today before the UPS or USPS gets mad at me for my stepdad to come help me because I have no idea what I'm doing. And the ground is frozen. So I don't really know how to get a new mailbox up at this moment, but someone's going to come help me look at this today because I am the fixer in the family, just like you are. Like my husband has no idea. He'll be inside cooking and cleaning and I'll be out there trying to figure out this mailbox.
Good luck with that. Yeah. When we ended up in lockdown and Scott started working from home, you know, because they're still not back yet. We live in California. So he started calling me IT. Like, you're my IT department. I'm like, I am not your IT department. I'm the break room attendant. I'm like, I'm all these things. This is not going to work. Like, we had a week. Have I told you that? Like that week, and it was my birthday that the world shut down. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember I was out to like a birthday dinner or birthday lunch with my girlfriends, and they told us, you guys are the last people, we're shutting down. I'm like, what? So Scott comes home, he's working from home, and he sets up in the middle of our like common area, right? I say common area because I'm on one side with my office. So he sets up basically in the kitchen area. He doesn't put on his headphones. He starts having meetings. Now, Baylor and I have our thing, right? I go to work out, I leave to work out, but basically she and I, our jam is home. She came and hid as far away from it as possible. I shut my doors, but I could still hear him. And I was like, I called my mom the next day. I'm like, Mom, I don't think we're going to make it. I'm just letting you know.
We're going to be the first couple to go down from the pandemic. Like, we can't.
January 19th, or not January, March 19th, it's over. But what killed me is that he goes, the first day, he's like, this is amazing. I never want to work in an office again. And I was like, this is not amazing. This is actually the exact opposite of amazing.
I thought the same thing. Like, all of a sudden when my husband was home, I'm like, I've never spent much time with him in a row. We've always worked opposite schedules. Yeah. And then when they're like in your zone and you have like this routine and you're just like bulldozing in with your routine. You didn't even ask me what mine was.
Exactly.
It was overwhelming.
It is. There are a lot of women I know, like just from when, I was a Jazzercise franchisee, or even some of my clients now who will say, but I remember this vividly in Jazzercise, they would come and they're like, I'm going to be taking a lot of classes from you for the next couple months. I'm like, why are we like doing extra classes? She's like, my husband just retired. And she's like, he just wants to sit there and like, we got to hang out. She's like, he's got to find a hobby. He needs to find a place to golf on the regular. Like, it's just, I love him, but he's just looking at her like, what do we do now?
Like, you're like, no, I'm not entertaining you.
This is not happening.
I understand it. I feel like everyone on the pandemic level, like, understands that like shift in your routines. You're like,
totally.
Woo! We are just about to come out of that. My husband's going to be going back to work, like, officially. He's kind of gone to a few other little jobs and he's kind of starting a side thing, but he's finally like accepting like this full-time position and he'll be going back. And now I'm used to having him home. So
you're going to miss him.
I am. I'm like, what? I'm like, how am I going to eat? He feeds me all my meals.
He's like a master chef, everyone. So like, yeah, she has a chef at home.
I do. And I'm about to be eating SpaghettiOs every day because.
Do you want me to send you one of these factor boxes, by the way? I don't know if they'll let you have it since you've tried it before.
We do. I tried it before. No, I don't think I can, but I'm probably going to re-up my thing. I might actually still have some free because I didn't finish it.
It's so good, by the way, y'all. We're talking about Factor's one of those meal preps. It's my new favorite meal prep service. So stinking good. I have like 4 of them. They keep sending me in boxes. They keep sending me virtual ones. So I guess if anyone wants a free box, let me know.
Yeah.
For me,
not with you.
I was gonna do the stat night for January. Okay, I am now done with live. I'm almost done with live trainings. The makeover is coming up today, tomorrow, and the next day. But so far on the 27th of January, I have live trained 2,000. I had the number. I missed.
You told me yesterday. It was like 24.
2,400. 20. No, and it got one up again. So 2,500 network marketers this month.
That's so awesome.
It feels, now that I'm on the other side, I'm like, oh, I did that. That feels really, really good. It's been fantastic. It's my happy place. So that has been, I'm like, oh my gosh, I made it. I'm going to be doing it over and over again. But that first time knowing that you can make it through January was a beast, y'all. It was an epic beast.
Epic beast. And that's why we
fantastic beast.
Keep chatting so much on the podcast, because this is like the only time Roxanne and I talk now, because she is epically doing lives. And I'm like, Roxanne, I miss you. Where are you?
Here. So no, that has been wonderful, I will say, but that's a lot. I'm like, I did that. Summit recordings have started. We kind of mentioned that to you. And
workouts. How are your workouts going?
Hey, thanks for asking. They're going well. I actually enjoy them, which Scott and you say I'm a 90-day girl. So I guess we're halfway through the 90 days.
We'll ask you again in a few months and you'll be like, what workout? I'm just kidding.
No, but they're doing well. I'm doing well, and I'm going up in weight, but I can lift and stuff. So that's exciting. I'm not snatched yet. I don't think I'll be snatched by the first, but it's good.
You look snatched to me, but you look snatched before. So
hey, thank you. Snatch can be deceiving. That's what that is. Right.
You're welcome.
So anyhow, that's what's going on with us. Summit has started. The brand photo shoot is coming up very soon.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited about that. That's what I know.
Yes, we got all the details set. We got an awesome studio location, and then I know you booked the pool location. Yes. So shout out to the June Hotel in West
Thank
LA.
you, June Hotel. We appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's coming up. We'll give you more. I'll do some behind the scenes, I think, and whatnot while I'm there.
You have to. Okay. We're gonna have to make sure Scott is up to par on some social media skills for that day, since he's going to be your assistant.
Yeah. And he's an Android user, so he's going to have my phone. Cause I know it's, again, another surprise. We're together and he doesn't.
I wish you guys could see my face right now. Scott.
And he doesn't like avocado. So it's just amazing that we're together. I know.
I literally just looked at avocado this morning. I was like, I'm going to eat that for lunch.
Yeah, I'm waiting for mine to ripen. I'm very annoyed. I'm like, hurry up. It's been a couple days. So alas, that's what's going on with me. And I went home and I saw my family this weekend, and that was great. Yeah. I had a good time. And I stopped posting stories because I was just so into it. So, and it was a lot of food and eating. And so I'm like, we don't need all that.
Good. Well, and you know what else we didn't mention that we're both nerding out on right now is human design.
Yes. In fact, I have my second half of my reading today. Let's talk about that next week. So we should give that a full behind the scenes.
We should. Let's do we should actually have the episode be on human design in your business.
Ooh, we could do that.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Coming soon.
Coming soon.
All right.
Awesome. So many cool things going on.
Yes.
And that's fun.
Life is good. We hope your life is epically fantastic. Thanks for listening to another episode of Roxtalks. We'll see you next week. But don't forget, you're not ahead. You're not behind. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Take care. Bye.
Bye.